welcome back to another edition of Champions League Benchwarmers. I'm joined here by Chief Correspondent Peter Staunton, as ever.
As ever.
And
nothing else for doing.
And tonight we've got a bumper night of Champions League action. We've got the last two Champions League
quarterfinals, Miles. Yeah.
Leading up to the semi-finals.
You're getting Champions League fatigue.
I am. It's been a long few weeks. So we have Real Madrid against Juventus tonight in their second leg. Real Madrid are leading 3-0 after the first leg.
Non-event, if you ask me, this one.
Yeah, it's going to be
well out of sight.
It's going to be it'll be miraculous comeback.
Well, we had a miraculous one last night, didn't we?
Roma did it to Barcelona.
Yep.
Who knows? Maybe
Juve will. They congratulated Roma about the victory last night on their social channels, and they'll definitely take inspiration from that. They'll say, look, if they can go and do that to Barcelona, why can't we go there and do that against Real Madrid?
Yeah.
And they've got no more away goals to concede because obviously they're playing away from home, so they don't have to worry about keeping the back door shut so much. I mean, just need to go for it.
And the other match is Bayern Munich Sevilla. A bit more chance than that for Sevilla, who are 2-1 down after the first leg.
Yeah, 2-1, losing 2-1 in the first leg is not always the worst result.
Yeah. Particularly
when you know that if Sevilla win 1-0, they go through. Is that right?
Yeah.
No.
No, because
Bayern have 2 away
goals. Yeah.
Right,
sorry,
yeah. So if it was the other way around, if Sevilla were playing at home after losing 2-1 away, should I say, that's not the worst. But still, a much closer tie. But Bayern would probably feel that they didn't give the best of themselves in that first leg.
Yeah. Sevilla, they caused a shock in the last 16 against Man United.
Yeah, they did, but that was Man United playing really badly rather than Sevilla playing really well. This is not one of these glorious outsider shots that's going to go all the way, and we remember them as a great team. They'll go out tonight.
Yeah.
And I think Bayern, they've picked a very, very attacking lineup. We see James Rodriguez is one of their central midfilders. So it tells you everything you need to know. It's going to be Rodriguez, Muller, Robben, Ribery and Lewandowski all in the one lineup.
It's a fearsome attack. We're going to jump now into a little quiz. We've prepared two little quizzes for you guys. Let's jump on, Mo. Let's get it up. So the first one are the Champions League final lineups from last year. Real Madrid Juventus came up against each other in Cardiff. You were there.
I was there.
And we've basically got both the lineups up on both sides of the screens. You've got to name the players who started in the Champions League final for either side. As you name them, they'll get put into the little boxes we've got prepared for them. We're not going to reveal them for you. You have to guess them. Get involved. We want to see how fast you can get it. Last night it took about 10 minutes to get the one we did.
So Juventus fans, get typing. You know who these players are.
CR7, he's coming already. Ronaldo, get him in straight away.
Ronaldo started, scored twice.
He did. Had a great game. Great final. Just like he's having a great season for...
a great 2018.
He is, yeah. A terrible 2017. Well, first half of the season. Anyway.
And somehow he's still the leading scorer in Europe. The guy is unbelievable. Relentless.
He is. He really is. I've got loads of Ronaldo stats that I'm going to save to wheel out during the game. But
Isco, somebody said Isco. I don't think Isco started, did he?
We have this. Yeah, he did.
Okay, put Isco up.
Get Isco in there. Not too dissimilar lineup to what's tonight, but there were a few different changes, so you can't just name what you're seeing along the bottom of your screen. Marcelo, Sergio Ramos, 2 players who definitely did start. You can get them in there.
Sergio Ramos, of course, not starting tonight due to suspension. Good match to miss. Really?
Yeah, and nothing of a match for Real Madrid, or at least that's what they'll be hoping.
Yeah.
Bale is in the 11 tonight, but wasn't starting against Juventus, so he doesn't go in there. We've got some more guesses. Buffon, so we have our first Juventus guess.
Keylor Navas.
Has he been guessed as well?
Yeah.
So Buffon, Benzema. Did you get Benzema? Keep your ones coming in. We've already got Ronaldo, guys. Someone just said CR7.
So that was Buffon, Benzema, Keylor.
Yeah, plenty of guesses coming in. Juventus is looking a bit bare bones right now. So if you Carvajal, I think is what someone meant to type there. Dybala as well. 2 players who definitely started in that match.
Yeah.
Real Madrid definitely.
We're nearly there with Real Madrid.
Filling up quicker, yeah. Bonucci, player who isn't starting tonight because he left in the summer.
Yeah.
He started for Juventus. One of the few major absentees from Juventus this season.
And then they sold him.
They did.
They were happy to sell him.
Higuain's another that's just come in.
Higuain started, yeah.
He did. So, not got too many left now. We're about halfway. Most of the way done with Real Madrid. Quite a few Juventus midfielders to come in. Dybala's not playing tonight. We should mention that.
Dybala is suspended. He got sent off. He was petulant.
He was
the other night, and he got himself sent off.
So he will not feature tonight. Did feature in that final, as you can see there. Dybala red card. Someone's just having a chuckle to themselves. Modric. Let's fill Modric in. I think 2 people just said him at once there. I think that's maybe Cruz.
Yeah.
Tony Cruz. We're pretty much filled up with Real Madrid. Who are we missing?
So we've got Modric and Cruz. So we're missing a goal scorer still.
And we're missing
the central defender.
Central midfielder.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're missing
a goal scorer. Somebody scored. Scored
yes.
the opening goal. Was it the opening goal?
Khedira.
Yeah, somebody just said it. Casemiro there. Omega said it.
Khedira, you can fill Khedira in on the Juventus side.
And Casemiro.
So.
And you're missing the goal scorer from the Juventus side as well. An unbelievable goal, and he's back in the team tonight.
He is. He's been brought in with Dybala not playing. Varane, someone's just guessed.
And there we go. Real Madrid is filled up.
Filled up. Well done, guys. That was quite quick, actually. I think there's a few more Real Madrid fans on the route. Juventus fans watching this right now, but I'm sure if you all club together, you can figure out those Juve stars. No Asensio, as a guest from Supra Team. Varane, we've already got Varane. Charlie, he's in there now. Might have been just a delay between you guessing and you seeing it on your screen. Plenty of Juventus players, though, to guess still. Start giving clues out soon. I'll tell you what, I'll give you one clue. One of them left for PSG last summer. Pretty big player. Used to play for Real Madrid's rivals. See if you can get him. Nobody cares about Juve right now, says Charlie. Well, some people care.
We need to finish the game, Charlie.
We do. Shout me out, guys. We just shouted you, Charlie. There you go. You've got a shout out. We've shouted you out. Let's guess some players. Let's see if we can fill in Juventus.
Charlie, we'll give you a really good shout out if you finish off this for us.
Just nail them all. Dani Alves, Alessandro.
There we go, Alessandro.
Well in, Alessandro.
People are getting confused now. Look, people are saying, "Oh, Ramos is not playing." These are not the lineups for tonight. These are the lineups from the 2017 final. Don't get confused.
Yeah, 2017 final is what we're looking for, guys.
We know Ramos isn't playing tonight. Vallejo is playing tonight.
Yeah. So you'll see Bonucci in there and Alves and Dybala, which are all giveaways that this is not the lineup for tonight.
Somebody said Pjanic.
Pjanic is in there. So, I'm going to cross some of these off so I can keep tally.
Did somebody say Alexandro?
I didn't see it.
Mo's just filled them in.
Well, you've got one there. You've got a gift of Alexandro. Buffon's been guessed. Bonucci's been guessed. So we were 2 defenders and a
goal
scorer. Yeah. Watching from Ethiopia, says Chombe. Hello, Chombe. See if you can guess some of these.
Welcome.
See if you can guess some of these remaining players that played in the Champions League final for Juventus when they were soundly beaten in Cardiff.
Yep.
Watching from Qatar, says Mika. Hello.
All around the world.
Global, this show. We had some Fiji watcher a few weeks back, didn't we?
They like us in Fiji.
They do.
Right, look, this isn't going to happen.
I think it can happen. They've only got 3 left to guess. One of them is, I don't think he's playing tonight, actually.
Who?
Well, I can't say.
Right,
He's injured tonight. Come on, guys. We believe in you. Mandzukic, there we go. Tom Merrill. Gold star for Tom. Mandzukic gets filled in. 2 to go. 2 Italy internationals. 2 defenders.
Really old.
Really old. Really old. I reckon you can do it, guys. Come on. There's an unlock for a harder screen next, and we might have to help fill that one in for you.
We'll have time for that one.
Oh, we'll have time.
No, we won't. Look at the time. It's
Alright, we'll do that for the second half then. We'll do it for the second half. Yeah. We'll
Chiellini. Charlie says Chiellini.
There we go.
There's one.
One more to go. Pete's getting frustrated here. I can hear it in his voice.
I am.
Just be patient. They've got 4 minutes until kick off. We're seeing the players line up now. No sign of the one player who is missing from this list because he's injured tonight. I believe he has a stomach complaint.
Let's tell them who it is. They're not going to get it.
They can do it.
He's the most forgettable player.
He is quite forgettable. If you're going to think of Italian old defenders, you'd think of Chiellini and Bonucci before you'd think of this guy.
Yeah.
Barzagli, there you go.
Well
Zakia.
done, Zakia.
Zakia gets the award
for
the last one. He gets
you win an Andrea Barzagli jersey, which we'll post to you.
Satspon says he's watching from Thailand. Hello, Satspon.
Yeah, well, I've seen Qatar, I've seen Thailand, I've seen Ethiopia, I've seen Niger as well, or Niger.
Global. So should we talk a little bit about the odds for tonight? So tonight's show is brought to you by DabbleBet, bookmaker. If you're based in the UK and aged over 18, you can sign up, get an account, get involved with some of these odds. If you're not based in the UK, you are still aged over 18. You can still obviously bet with other bookmakers, I'm sure, depending on what country you're in. So we'll talk about the Real Madrid Juventus odds first. Real Madrid at 8-13 on tonight to win the match. Draw is 3-1, and the Juventus win is 15-4. So they're very much the underdogs.
Underdogs, yeah.
Whereas when it comes to qualification, and I'm quite surprised about this, Juventus to qualify at 20-1. I would have thought it would be longer than that because I just can't see any chance of them coming through this.
Yeah, but Roma were an impossibility last night.
They were, but they scored and they were 18-1, and they were at home. It felt a little bit more like that was a realistic option. I mean, none of us expected it to happen.
It was never on the cards. It should have been a 99% shot that Barcelona were going through last night. It was just one of the most unbelievable mess-ups from any team you could see.
Yeah.
The manager should have been sacked this morning.
Some of the goal scorers odds for this match. Ronaldo to be the first goal scorer is 20.
First man ever to score in 10 games in a row in the Champions League. Wow.
Incredible Champions League goal scorer. He's 23-10. If you want to get involved with betting on him, Karim Benzema, who was on the bench, he's 17-4. If you think that he can come off and score the first goal, then you can get him on that. Bale is 17-4. He's starting tonight. Didn't start the first leg. He's in a rich streak of form though for Real Madrid. He's actually scoring a fair bit considering he's not necessarily the first name on the team sheet.
Yeah,
he's doing quite well for himself. We're just seeing the teams getting lined up here.
A very overbalanced team from Bayern tonight. Almost doing what Pep did last night, just trying to score as many goals as they can.
Quickly get it out of the way. First half, smash.
They should be able to win 3 or 4-0 tonight, Bayern.
With that team, yeah. Bayern Munich's odds. Let's run through them quickly for you.
I'm looking forward to seeing Lewandowski's celebration. So he does that.
He's scoring a lot of goals at the moment. I saw he's got 26 goals in 26 Bundesliga games this season. It's quite good. Quite good. 1 goal a game. Not a bad record to have.
Bayern Liga.
I think it's slightly better than Ronaldo. I think he's got 22 goals in 23 games. So 2 informed strikers playing tonight for the home teams. But Bayern Munich to qualify tonight is 1-50 on. So you're looking at insane.
So you put on you put on 50 quid, you get 51 quid back.
Yeah. Essentially, yeah. So if you really, if you want to earn that £1 off that £50, then you can do that bet, and you can get your £1. I'm not sure it's worth celebrating though. Sevilla to win tonight is 9-1. Sevilla to qualify 16-1.
No value.
No value. You're just basically saying these matches are pointless.
No, I'm not.
Don't watch these. That's what I'm getting.
I think it's really interesting if Juventus can get an early goal, if Higuain can snaffle that early chance that comes his way, because you know he's going to get one. He's definitely going to get a chance, and then it's just a matter if he can put it away or not. And you think if Juve have a goal before half time, 1 goal, if Juve are 1 goal up by half time, I'm thinking, hello, could happen. Really? Crucial to it is a clean sheet. Crucial to it is keeping Cristiano quiet. And bear in mind that nobody has been able to keep Cristiano quiet in the Champions League this season, and you see the scale of Juventus' task becomes all too apparent.
Yeah.
The other game I think is a little bit more interesting, but unfortunately Sevilla are not
top class.
They're not top class opposition.
They're not Juve level.
And we know what happens to teams who aren't top class when they go to Bayern.
Well, we saw what happened with Besiktas.
They get slapped.
Yeah, I mean they did get a player sent off, and they were a little bit unlucky with that. But even then, I think they would have been comfortably beaten.
They also Sevilla need to fly out the traps tonight, and make sure that they get their away goal nice and quick and put the pressure on Bayern. And occasionally this season Bayern have been caught cold early in games. They were 2-0 down, I think, by 10-15 minutes against Hoffenheim in a game that I was there for earlier on this season. And so, sometimes things are so easy for them that, lose a little bit of concentration in the early stages. So, if Sevilla need to make use of that numerical quality they have in midfield, because Bayern effectively playing with 1 midfielder. They're playing with Javi Martinez, who's the only natural central midfielder. He's the only natural midfielder in there, and you think they've got the likes of Nzanzi, should I say, and Benega, and guys like that in midfield. And if they can get that numerical superiority to work in their favour, start creating chances for the wide men, you never know. They have a chance of opening Bayern up. But Bayern under Jupp Heynckes, since he came in what I think it was October, he started in this job again. They've just been serene. And he's really his reputation has kicked on to another level.
He's won his last 12 games, 12 Champions League games manager as a Jupp Heynckes, which is the longest ever run in the competition. 12
games in a row in the Champions League.
Well, if you bear in mind that also, it includes the year that they won the title in 2013, was it? I think. Oh,
there it is! The big chance! I told you, it's happening! It's happening! It's Mario Mandzukic and Juventus are 1-0.
80 seconds it took for Juventus to score that.
And Juve, I told you.
Yeah, I was sat before the match, right, talking to the.
You told me it was pointless. It's not pointless.
Saying, it's never happening. Juventus are never scoring 3 goals. No chance of it. Real Madrid are safe. They just need to keep it cool, and that's exactly what they haven't done.
What a disaster of a goal to give away.
We'll talk through this goal. Douglas Costa attacked down the right flank.
A great break. Khedira, of all people,
beautiful
on the right wing, picks out a beautiful cross. They're in again.
And again, wow. What's going on here with Real Madrid's defence? Almost scored a second one there. Incredible stuff then. Incredible.
So it's 1-0 Juventus, and there we have that early goal. Just 2 more they need to knock off.
Yeah. That is not the start I expected. I think it's the start many people expected. But it's exactly the start that Juventus would have wanted.
Oh,
especially,
absolutely.
as you said, after seeing the celebrations in Rome last night with Roma, who did a fantastic...
It was an inspirational game.
It was. As a neutral, you just had to enjoy all the effort they put in. It wasn't a smash and grab. It was a deserved win.
Brilliant goal. Brilliant game.
Yeah.
You know, great through ball from De Rossi for the first goal.
Yeah.
And a lovely worked corner for the third goal as well. Meanwhile, in the other game, very, very similar to what happened against Besiktas. The last man, Mercado, pulls down Lewandowski. He only gets a yellow card, whereas Domagoj Vida got sent off in the last round at this stage. But it's given Bayern a free kick right at the edge of the box. They've got the left footer Rodriguez and they've got the right footer Lewandowski standing over the ball. Indeed, it's Rodriguez.
Ooh, just over.
It's just gone over the bar.
Mercado got a book in there, so he'll miss the next match if Sevilla gets
Sevilla ain't going through. Don't worry about that.
Well, I was writing off Juventus a few minutes ago.
Don't worry about that.
You're going to call it.
There's a lot of people, guys, if you're watching the Bayern game, why don't you give us your opinion on whether you think that was a red card or not? Because I'm looking at that one again, fellas, ladies, everybody else. And I'm thinking that could have been a red card for Mercado. I'm thinking that could have been a red card.
Some comments coming in here. One says, Ronaldo has more Champions League goals because he played more than Messi. And they're inside inverted commas. And it says...
Do you know what the big difference between Messi and Ronaldo is right now at the moment? Is that Ronaldo is still in the Champions League.
Well, you've stolen the second half of my comment there. That's the second half of that I was going to say. That Ronaldo, it's not Ronaldo's fault that Messi keeps on getting knocked out of the quarterfinals.
Well, there you go. Well, they've been knocked out 4 times in the last 5 years in the quarterfinals. That treble in 2015, you know, they thought that it was just going to be... Once they got Messi, Suarez and Neymar in tandem, they thought, here we go, we're going to dominate for years. But it hasn't been like that. It hasn't been like that.
They haven't had the control that a lot of people thought they would.
No.
That sort of second golden era just never really came for them after
No, that
Xavi
second
left.
wave, it didn't. They had difficulties against, against Juve last year when they got eliminated.
Yes, yeah.
And they've had difficulties this year, obviously. And they were so serene for a while in the Champions League. That's what I found so hard to believe.
Well, yeah, their defence was incredible this season. They hadn't conceded many goals. They had the best defence in the Champions League. Their attack was still pretty good. No Neymar, but Messi scoring pretty freely.
And
Suarez has got back on the score sheet for.
Yeah, but I think Suarez is done for me. I don't think he'll ever get back to that level. Yeah, I think he has. I don't think he'll ever get back to that level that Barcelona need him to be at. And I think there'll be big question marks over his future. Will he go back to Liverpool? You know, is he ready to go home to South America?
I don't think they'd need him. They've got a better attack. They don't need Suarez right now. Salah, Firmino.
Yeah, maybe they might have to get rid of Salah in a swap deal or something like that. Who knows?
Creme Brulee, it's a great name, says Juventus cannot pull a Roma right now. Well,
it might happen.
It's
exactly what we said just at the beginning. If they're going to have any hope of going through, they need that early goal. As Manchester City got last night, as Roma got last night, gets your tails in the air, doesn't it?
It does.
And crucially, Real Madrid can't kill them tonight with that away goal because they have no chance of getting an away goal because they're playing at home. So Juve can take whatever encouragement they need all the way through the game without fearing that, if they score 1, we need to score 2. You know, just keep going. Keep battering the door down. Keep doing your stuff. Keep a clean sheet. It could happen.
Hope for the best. So we've got Buffon with the ball in his box right now. A little quiet period after the intense couple of minutes at the start.
Yeah.
Chris Hardiman says Juventus made this game very interesting very early.
Yes.
Surely not. That is going to be the talk. Everyone's going to be saying, could they do what Roma did last night against who are the strong favourites in this competition now? I mean, Bayern is still in it.
There was some reports this morning that the Barca players were saying to each other in the plane home last night, we've just handed the trophy to Real Madrid. Now imagine if Real Madrid go out of here. There isn't one of the 4 teams left. Obviously Bayern, they would be the overwhelming favourites. If Real Madrid were to go out tonight.
Oh yeah, we'd see. I was saying before the match that essentially Liverpool, Roma. If Sevilla managed to get through, or Juventus, you're not going to have the big guns that you do. You usually get your Barca, Real, your Bayern.
Yeah, and then one more.
Yeah, that's the trio that you're always looking at. And we're down a Barcelona. We're not down a Real Madrid at this
We're down
point.
to Pep Guardiola.
We're down to Pep Guardiola. There's no Man City. And Real Madrid have not started well here, but they are kings in the Champions League, aren't they?
They're just so comfortable in this competition.
You'd back them to come back here. Although Douglas Costa is attacking now down the right, and
it's 2-0. No,
it's not 2-0.
It should have been 2-0. Sorry, that should have been 2-0 absolutely. And I think it was Big Gonzalo who's missed another sitter.
I think he hit it straight at Keylor, didn't he?
Douglas Costa is finding all kinds of room on the right side of the Juventus attack.
That's where they're going down.
Another mess up that time between the two young centre backs, Varane and Vallejo, allows Douglas Costa to canter down the right wing, puts a cross in. Keylor Navas saves it.
He did well to get a double save
Higuain
on
makes
that.
a save, but it should have been a goal from Higuain. It should have been a goal. Will he live to regret that?
We'll wait and find out. Afori says that it will not happen. He doesn't see Juventus coming back into this. But I tell you what, if they get a second goal
Juve are bang in this.
all of a sudden the game's completely changed, and Real Madrid are just not dealing well with this pressure.
No, not at the races.
Juventus just sprayed out of play for a Real Madrid throw-in.
Allegri so far has got his tactics spot on.
He has.
Juve getting right up against that Real Madrid backline, a makeshift backline you would have to say, with no Sergio Ramos in there.
Yeah, Vallejo's starting at centre back. It's his first Champions League appearance for them. Not a regular, it's safe to say.
No, not a regular at all. And maybe just another example of Real Madrid might be too hasty and get rid of certain players. Pepe, for example, James Rodriguez they got rid of, Alvaro Morata they got rid of, and that squad depth or lack thereof has cost them at times this season, especially in the first half of the season, where they just didn't have the quality replacements. We saw Hashim Ashraf was playing at the start of the season, and those players they're kind of makeshift.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see how big of an impact it will be not to have Ramos there. We've just seen Bale whip the ball in.
Oh, I thought Ronaldo was going to bicycle it there.
Scored a brilliant goal.
He's always worth a goal though, Cristiano. Yes. That's what could puncture the Juventus hopes tonight, is that they're playing against Cristiano. He's always worth a goal.
He is. He's scored 14 goals in the Champions League this season in 9 matches. He scored 23 goals in 24 La Liga matches this season. Another stat, he scored 22 goals in Champions League quarterfinals on his own. Juventus have only scored 21 goals in the Champions League quarterfinals as an entirety.
Unbelievable.
Which says a fair amount about
he's something else.
how brilliant he is at this level. When he gets into the knockouts, he turns it on. He turns it on the group stage as well, let's be honest.
He loves a group stage.
Yeah. He turns it on the entire time.
He loves it.
Just loves European lights.
Yeah. He loves playing for Portugal against Faroe Islands and things like that too. He loves goals. Loves goals. Yeah. Never afraid of an easy goal. Never look a gift horse in the mouth when it comes to a goal of Cristiano.
Scores them with his left, scores them with the right, header, penalties. Maybe not free kicks too much.
That's brilliant from Real.
They nearly got that goal there. And he scored it. Oh, no. We're not sure.
Really unlucky. A lovely move between Modric and Bale and Cristiano at the edge of the box.
Hit the side netting in the end.
And a great save from Buffon from Bale. Bale has to adjust.
Nearly gets that back heel.
And he makes a back heel and it just goes wide. It was a really, really intelligent effort from Gareth Bale.
Yeah. He was looking sharp starting tonight.
No doubt the Madrid press would be all over him tonight for that.
Yeah, he's not the most popular, is he?
No, he's not for some reason. I like Gareth Bale. He's been a really good player for... What do you think for Real Madrid fans out there? You like Bale? You think he's been a good player for you? I think he's been a really good player for Real Madrid. Central to their successes. But the problem is he's just not been fit enough for them. Yeah. But it doesn't mean he's been a bad player. Waste of money.
Keep your comments coming in throughout the night, guys. We're reading out some of the best comments. We can't show the game. I know a few of you are asking. Unfortunately, we don't have the global rights. It would cost more money than we'd ever be able to earn in a lifetime. The old ladies will likely defeat Madrid, says Mohammed. Well,
they can and still go out. So they absolutely need to win by 3 at least to force extra time.
They do. Turn up.
Just a little bit.
There we go. Gem, I think someone says, which doesn't really make much sense. It will not happen, says Afori. Yeah, we're in a little bit of a quiet patch at the moment. Where
we're just watching a replay of that Gareth Bale chance, which was an excellent chance.
Over at Bayern Sevilla, Sevilla have just had a shot over the bar.
Was that Sarabia that missed the chance?
Yeah. Who scored in the first leg, was it?
Was it Sarabia?
Scored? I'm not sure who scored in the first leg. But they got their away goal, their home goal even. But they'll be very keen for an away goal. If they don't get 2, then they're looking at an extra.
They gave away some badness though, didn't they? I mean, that Ribery goal last week, or would they go down as an own goal? Ugly,
Oh, yeah,
ugly
it's a good
goal.
deflection. In fact, both of them were ugly, weren't they?
Yeah.
Top of my head.
Yeah. Was it Muller that got the other one?
I think so, yeah. He's the king of ugly goals. Real Madrid are looking a bit more lively now.
Yeah, they've settled.
Yeah.
They're 1-0 down, but they've settled.
Yeah. Ronaldo now. 4-on-4 for Real Madrid. It's a great ball across the boxes. Not managed to control it.
Wasteful from Isco.
Who's starting in that little pocket behind Bale and Ronaldo tonight. Hoping to feed them in a few through balls. I quite like this stat. I've got a little stat for you.
Tell me the stat.
In European Cup and Champions League history, there have been 312 times where the home team lost the first leg in a knockout tie. 312. Only 6 have progressed.
6?
Yeah.
Okay.
None of these sides have overturned a 3-goal deficit. So, Juventus would set history if they...
Do you know the 6?
I don't. It didn't.
Oh, you should have looked that up.
The stat sheet didn't give me the 6. I should have done that, Duggan.
We could
would
have
have taken about half an hour.
We could ask
We could ask the guys. Do you know, guys, who those 6 are? If not, no worries. Gonzalo Higuain has been directly involved in 55% of Juventus' goals this season. 11 they've scored so far. He was great in the last 16, wasn't he?
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah. But he needs to prove that last 16 isn't his level. You know, he needs to come and do stuff in the quarterfinals and semi-finals.
Ooh, it scored.
Offside.
Uh,
Offside.
Isco has the ball in the back of the net.
Been ruled out for offside. Cristiano though goes 1-on-1 with his marker Dicilio, I believe, or is it Benatia? Yeah, it is Benatia, and he says goodnight to him, smashes one at goal. Buffon parries a really poor save straight into the path of Isco, and he is so lucky. The old man is so lucky that Isco has been flagged offside because he was actually onside. Another lucky moment for Buffon, a player who's operating probably at about 25% of his overall capacity at the moment.
Yeah.
What a bad goalkeeper he has been over the past sort of few months, but people tend to ignore that because they love him so much. But you know, the scrutiny of his performances, if you want to be harsh about it, he just hasn't been at the level for Juve this season.
Juventus with another attack, and that was cleared about 5 yards from goal. Douglas Costa.
End to end.
Douglas Costa's been great so far.
He has. Costa's finding all the space.
Yeah.
Zidane's going to have to figure that one out. As Mandzukic puts the ball across the goal and Carvajal clears it over the crossbar.
They've got a very refined strategy here that's going on, where they attack down the right. Douglas Costa then feeds it off to someone on his right.
Moves into the middle.
And then it's straight through ball into the middle.
Yeah.
They clearly identified that as a potential.
Yeah, but he popped up in the middle of the attack there.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, Mandzukic has had another great chance, and it's
15
come
minutes
off
in.
his shins and straight into Keylor Navas's grateful claws. Little flick on.
That could have gone anywhere.
Oh, that should have been a goal.
Straight into Keylor Navas.
That should have been a goal. Real Madrid fans, your boys are going the same way as Barcelona did last night. If they're not careful, they need to wake up. Some people are already saying Juve to qualify.
Devon Shearer says, "Come on, Juventus! I want to see Ronaldo crying like a baby." I think he'll be alright.
Doesn't take much for Ron to cry. He was crying in the Euro 16 final when he was substituted.
He cries a lot of the major
I cried.
international tournaments.
I was in the stadium and I cried when that happened.
A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. And
it
looks like
is he making a sub already?
Juventus are going to have to make a change, guys. 15 minutes into the game, and Stefan Lichtsteiner is being prepared to come on as a substitute. I can only assume it's going to be for Mattia Dicilio.
But
he looks okay at the minute.
Yeah, the camera zoomed in on him as though it was him that needed to come off, but no sign of limping, no sign of injury.
Interesting. What are they going to do?
Weird if it's a tactical substitution, because they're, if anything, they're in the
they're on
ascendancy.
top. Yeah, they're doing well.
Douglas Costa's now made his way over to the left.
Dicilio looks fine.
Yeah.
The ball will be out of play presently, and then we'll get a look at what's going on with Lichtsteiner and Dicilio.
Jarek says, "Lovely back heel for Gareth Bale."
Beautiful back heel. You know, these little moments tend to get overlooked because they don't finish in a goal. Ooh, it's a bad foul on Sven Ulreich in the Bayern goal there. I think it was...
He's alright, he's up.
He's up.
He's up and about.
But Sevilla were very close to taking the lead there. On the night, should I say. Not quite going level on aggregate.
No, they need 2 goals for that. Oh, well, then they go ahead. They go 3-2 up if they got 2 goals. And then if Bayern got another, we'd be looking at extra time, which we're yet to have. Yet to be gracious. I can't see either of these going to extra time.
I can't see either of these going to extra time, I'll be honest. And we do have the substitution.
It's Cilio.
Out goes Cecilio and on comes Stefan Lichtsteiner.
He looks confused, to be honest.
We'll try and get a little bit more information about that substitution. We'll maybe text Romeo, who's our Juventus correspondent. He'll be inside the stadium and we can maybe ask for clarification, because certainly there, Di Cilio looked like he was, you know...
He looks pissed. He looks pretty pissed off, to be said.
Yeah, he didn't look like he needed to come off.
Yeah.
He certainly didn't go down with an injury.
He looked like he was asking him why. What's going on?
Yeah.
But
And if you're substituted early, you know, you
If you
touch
subs-
your muscle, just so it look...
at least look,
Yeah.
put some dignity in
Yeah.
it. Christ.
Touch your muscle and make it look like they
You
just
don't
scored.
see that very often, though. I mean, maybe like 30 minutes in, but 15 minutes
15 minutes in.
without an injury.
But they haven't changed their shape.
Mm.
It's the same shape that they had.
Could it just be that they've thought
It's almost a like-for-like substitution.
maybe Ronaldo's going to be too much of a hassle for him? I don't know. It's a very weird one. Seeing Neuer in the stands, he's been absent most of the season with a foot injury.
Yeah.
It's a long one.
Participation at the World Cup still in doubt. Not only
Yeah.
his fitness, but also the form of other German goalkeepers around
Ter
Europe,
Stegen,
including Marc-Andre Ter Stegen.
who
And Liverpool's Loris Karius.
you reckon
Why
be
not?
competing for a...
Maybe not for the Germany #1 slot, but
I mean, he could make
why
the
not the
squad.
number 3?
They name 3, don't they, usually?
Who are they going to bring in? Horn? Are they going to bring in...
Well, they're not going to bring in...
Trapp?
Oldberg, though,
Trapp
will
isn't
they?
playing.
Trapp will come in, I think.
He's not been playing though, has he?
No.
Areola has been playing.
Yeah. Is he still at PSG? Just
Yeah.
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 Well, I'm not sure then, but I can see Ter Stegen's time for sure. If Neuer will be in the squad, most likely.
It could be Jens Lehmann, Oliver
Throwback.
Kahn situation. Remember when Lehmann was trying to troll him at every turn, saying that he's no good in goal?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that what he's doing?
Yeah. That was Lehmann's little technique. He used to do with Almunia as well.
All right.
Yeah.
What a dick. Keep your comments coming in, guys. We want to hear from you all evening. We've got a bit of a lull in this match right now. We've got half an eye on Bayern Sevilla. Navas launched himself up and down that wing at right back.
Yeah.
Pete's going to have a peruse through some of these stats.
I'm not. I want to check up the Sevilla lineup.
All
I
right,
was
okay.
getting confused there.
Ben Yedder's up front.
Yeah.
Who was a hero for Sevilla against Man United.
Yeah. He's got a good goal scoring record, Ben Yedder, but I don't think any bigger teams are going to be looking at him going, wow, we missed out by not having him. You know, I think he's at his level with Sevilla. So as far as this football heritage stuff goes that Mourinho was talking about, it's a load of nonsense, because Man United should be beating a team like Sevilla every day of the week.
Yeah.
Especially if they can turn it around and do that to Man City, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, where was that performance all season?
Yeah.
Is that not just an embarrassment for everybody involved at Man United that they can go and do that in one half, and they've been playing like ragball rovers the entire season long? Pathetic.
Maybe we'll see him at new Man U now in the last 5 games, but I strongly doubt it.
Bayern have a bit of trouble tonight, don't they, with their injuries and suspensions? Coman, Alaba, Vidal.
Yeah,
All
Vidal
out,
and
yeah.
Alba ruled out pretty late.
Yeah.
But, you know, they've got the strength and depth. They have one of the best squads in
They
the
do.
world.
They could put out 3 11s and wait and see them next season when they have when they bring back Serge Gnabry and they bring in Leon Goretzka. And there'll be 1 or 2 more signings. Just you watch, and they won't fall into the trap of signing World Cup superstars or anything like that. They'll do their homework and they'll sign the right players. They've got a very assured transfer strategy, and even if they're not spending 100 million a time on players, which Robert Lewandowski would like, they still end up far and away the best team in Germany every year.
Yeah, Lewandowski's future is going to be, I think, the big talking
That's
point
the interesting one, yeah.
of Bayern Munich's summer, really.
Yeah.
What he's going to do.
Robin and Ribery is interesting as well.
Yeah, I think it increasingly looks like they are going to get deals.
Yeah.
They're starting tonight. Hank's saying a lot of positive things about him. I think the information from Bayern is that they will get the probably a 1 year extra.
I know Robin struggled with injuries a lot in the early part of his career, and even in the early part of his Bayern Munich career. But he's been such a consistent player for them that you know I do think the amount of football he has in his legs, I think he'll be fine for another year. I think he can be world class for 1 more year. Ribery, I think there's been a noticeable drop, not in his overall quality, but in his consistency. So when he plays well, he's still playing as well as he ever played.
Yeah.
But maybe he's not able to do that every week as he used to.
Yeah.
But still, a useful player to have around. Champions League winner, World Cup finalist. You know, he's been there, been and done it all, and he can help bring the next generation through. The problem that you have with Robin and Ribery is that they're 2 arrogant guys, and I say that you know, with all due respect to them,
Yeah.
they're arrogant guys, and
They
if they're playing at Bayern, they expect to be starting every week, no matter if they're 34, 35, whatever.
But you get to that point, don't you, where you've got to accept that if you're going to stay. That's probably the conversations that are happening. Where if you stay, you have to accept you're not going to play.
Yeah,
every
25
week.
matches next season. Yeah.
Wind them
Which
down.
Zidane has got Ronaldo to that stage, which is unbelievable when you think about it. That he can say, you know what, have the weekend off.
Just, yeah, take this one.
Yeah, which is
Don't need you against Leganes.
which is a great, I suppose, endorsement of Zidane's man management, that he can convince a player like Cristiano to
Who wants to
step
play
up.
in those matches? He
Who
wants to
wants to
score
play,
those 5 goals against
Absolutely.
La Liga's bottom team.
And maybe Bayern are having a harder time convincing Robin to do just that.
That's probably where Hankers comes in, though. You know, he seems to be someone who a lot of the players like.
They love him.
Yeah.
They love him like a father.
Yeah.
Jerome Boateng told me in January that, you know, he's made such a big difference to them just because of, you know, his overall manner. You know, he's an icon for German players for a start. From what he's done as not only as a coach but as a player as well. And tactically, he's got them spot on. You know, maybe they're not coming up composing a symphony, you know, every game the way that they were under Guardiola. But you know, there isn't that many differences between what Bayern do and under Guardiola and what they're doing now.
Yeah.
It's all about playing football in the opposition half, having as much ball as you can possibly have, creating those overloads down the outside for pullbacks for Lewandowski. You know, it's not a million miles away from what they were doing under Pep, but they seem to be doing it with a lot more contentment under Jupp Heynckes than they ever did with Guardiola.
And if they get through this one, they're going to be pretty heavy favourites for at least making the final.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah.
Real Madrid, Bayern semi-final would certainly be interesting. It would also mean we'd have a bit of an underdog in the final,
yeah.
With Liverpool and Roma, of course, having already secured their place.
In the Salah Derby, potentially in the Salah Derby.
That'd be a great game. I'd quite like Liverpool-Roma actually in the semis. Liverpool, it's definitely a tournament I can see Liverpool winning this year. Could be their year again. Was it 2005 that they won?
2005, yeah. Well, you know what it is? It's just that they have that the same thing that Real Madrid have and that Bayern have in this competition. Is that the fans feel it's their competition. It feels they own it. You know, that every year that it's not in Anfield, if you know another team just has temporary custody of the trophy, and you know you can't buy that for all Man City's oil money and all of PSG's Qatari money. You just can't buy that heritage. You just can't come out and buy it. You have to earn it, and you have to earn it over decades.
Yeah. So with City last night as well.
Yeah.
Struggle against a team with that heritage, with that history. And we saw the other way around, of course, last night with Roma. You know, team that's never made the Champions League semi-finals.
Yeah.
Made the European Cup semi-finals back in 1982, I think.
84, they played Liverpool in the final.
But certainly in the Champions League era, they've never come. Well, they've come close. They've reached the quarters before, but never reached the semis. And you know, it could be a historic year for them if they can fight their way into.
I worry a little bit because you know I spent a lot of time in Italy and. Roma, they're a club close to my heart, and the reason is that, you know, I mean, you'd find everybody associated with Roma was absolutely stunned that they finally managed to win a Scudetto in 2001.
Yeah.
You know, because they are the lovable underdog. Well, maybe not lovable for certain teams, but they're the underdog. They're the classic. We'll be there all the way, and then we'll just fall at the end. So
the Spurs of the Serie A.
Unfortunately for Roma, a club close to my heart, I just think that's in store for them at some stage this season. Either
Still,
a heartbreaking last minute goal or something, or a penalty shootout, and I just think, wow, my heart's going to bleed again for them this year.
Still, I mean, semi-finals is something to be proud of, even if they go out. I know they want to win it, but it's been a pretty incredible season for them to get this far.
Definitely,
their squad looks great. I was looking at it again last night.
They'll curse themselves for the lack of consistency they showed around the Christmas period as well in Serie A.
Yeah,
they really fell away.
They could be up there,
if teams like Inter and Roma stayed the course with Napoli and Juve, it could have been a very, very interesting title race in Serie A this season. But for whatever reason, Inter looked strong. Roma, who looked really strong, they just fell away at the wrong points of the season. And with Roma, it did irreparable damage to their Scudetto bid.
Yeah, they lost like 8 matches in 10 or something like that. It was absurd over that Christmas period how poorly they were playing. We did the power ranking for the last 16, and
we had them bottom, didn't we? I didn't even expect them to get through against Shakhtar Donetsk. And here they are putting Bayern Munich. Who are they putting out?
They put out Barcelona.
Barcelona, yeah, that's the one.
They did lose the first leg actually, didn't they, against Shakhtar? If I remember rightly.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Another comeback in the second leg.
Yeah. They're enjoying their home comebacks. I guess they'll hope that they can get the home tie in the second leg again.
Yeah.
Seems to suit them quite
well.
It
goes in your favour though.
100%.
Yeah.
Liverpool did great to turned that around last night in the sense that I think a lot of people would have expected them to lose last night, but they won. Won the away tie, they won.
It was the blitz. In the first half of the first fixture, they just blitzed them. Okay, we're not going to be able to get them back here to Anfield and have one of those famous nights in the second leg. So you know what we're going to have to do? Just going to have to blitz them out of sight now. And they did it. They did it. And it's not, people talk about Mo Salah. It's not just Mo Salah. He's not creating goals out of nothing the same way that Lionel Messi does. He's a functioning part of the team. He's the goal scorer in this team.
It was Mane who created that goal that he scored. He was just there right at the end to tap it in. Right place, right time.
Very calm finish. But
Very calm.
By no means a one-man team, Liverpool. No. By no means.
It's a really good team that they've got set up there, and they are threadbare. Like if you take a few players out, then we look to their bench.
If they have suspensions for the final, for example, or if they have injuries going into the semis, they'll struggle against anybody. They'll struggle because of they've got a quality first 11. Even so, I think they've got a quality maybe 9, and then you're kind of scrabbling around looking for players elsewhere. But they don't have the squad depth of a Bayern, that's for sure. But they've got the belief.
Yeah, they've got a good manager.
We've got a really good manager. Klopp loves this competition. Maybe needs to show a little bit more tactical variance when it comes to finals. He hasn't got the best record in European finals for Liverpool and for Borussia Dortmund. That one way of playing that he has, that gegenpressing. Maybe they do need to aim for a little bit more control of the ball rather than a raiding on the counter attack every time. But
it was Sevilla they came up against, wasn't it, in the Europa League final?
Yeah, and they were doing well in the first half, and then all of a sudden turned all around.
Yeah, it's poor. So they'll be hoping for better luck in the semis, which come late. The first leg is at the end of this month. The second leg, I think, is right at the start of May, and then a few weeks later we'll be looking at the Champions League final. Off the top of my head, I think it's Saturday, May 26th.
It is, yeah.
Well remembered me. And that'll be held.
I'm either going to be in Rome or at the Champions League final that weekend. Booking to go to Rome already. Yeah. Have to go there for a wedding.
Oh, right. So
but if the Champions League final, I'll be going to the Champions League final and flying to Rome.
All right.
So I could be flying back to Rome after the Champions League final.
See the celebrations. Oh my God, that would be crazy. That's what you want.
I'll need to book that flight quick.
Otherwise, you're going to be looking at very expensive plane tickets.
I'll need to get that booked.
I've got a question for you. It's just come to me now, actually. So I was talking with a couple of people earlier today about Philippe Coutinho, and apparently it's been doing the rounds that he could actually get a medal.
Yeah, of course he's entitled to a medal.
Do you think they'd give it to him? Would you give it to him if you were Liverpool?
Yeah.
Would you, even though he's left?
Well, he's probably their best player in the group stage. Why would you not give it to him?
Because he's left.
So
you've gone.
He still earns his medal.
Well, they could choose. They can do what they want with the 40 medals. They might say we want one of our coaches to have it or something like that.
Yeah, that's fine. That would be extremely butthurt, but it's fine. If they want to do it, I would give him
one.
What
would you do, guys? What would you get? Who are watching? Would you give Coutinho the Champions League winners medal? I think a lot of people. Well, you just said you would.
I would.
A couple of people I was speaking today said.
But I'm not a bitter man.
See,
I don't live life with lemons in my mouth like you do, Milo. I'm not a bitter man.
Ronald Kalenga says it was so painful. The way we went out to Barcelona in Rome. I think he means went out as Barcelona in Rome.
But it wasn't painful. It wasn't painful because it wasn't one of these last-minute heartbreaks. Your team were beaten from start to finish.
It was a 90-minute. It was a painful 90 minutes. I mean, it wasn't a painful moment. The entire match was just like,
what is going on?
There was
no moment that you thought, well, we've lost it just in that moment.
Oh no, it was just the entirety.
It was the entirety of the thing. It was like a slowly collapsing building. You could just see it happening.
The demolition where it goes the wrong way.
But even so, it wasn't until the penalty went in. Even before that, we were looking at each other and we were thinking, they'll get back into it. Messi will get something.
We thought so, yeah.
Yeah, and it just never happened.
When that second, when they scored the penalty. And we thought they tacked a little bit then, didn't they? They had about 5 minutes.
Where they had the ball.
I mean, they didn't really have a great chance, but they had the ball.
Yeah.
And then Messi sort of stumbled his way through and then couldn't get it away.
Yeah, and that was sort of the best they had.
Yeah.
Really disappointing night.
Yeah.
Really, really disappointing night. As disappointing a night for Barcelona as it was a glory night for Roma, in my opinion.
We've got some more comments coming in. Thank you everyone who's getting in touch so far across all the different platforms who are streaming live to YouTube tonight and Twitter. Drew Red says Juventus slowing down slightly, maybe conserving energy or maybe burnout.
Well, look, if they keep it clean till half time and then can go again, sort of 65, 70 minutes, get the second goal, they can really knock on the door and make sure that they can at least force extra time tonight.
Well, we saw them score.
Extra goals, they'll have an extra 30 minutes to score a goal, which counts double in extra time, which is always an attractive prospect.
They scored twice in quick succession in the second half against Spurs in the last 16.
They did,
away from home.
No Dybala tonight, crucially, though, because he was sent off.
Yeah,
which would make this all the more remarkable. They can do it without Dybala.
Yeah, without Dybala. Bentico is a surprise starter actually in the first leg. He's suspended as well. He's not playing tonight. Barzagli isn't starting. He's injured.
No, but they've got Pjanic back on the field tonight.
Pjanic and Benassi, I think, is back as well. Is he back?
Tony Cruz trying to put one in the bottom corner. He's kicked somebody in the head there, is Tony Cruz.
Bit of a high foot. Doesn't accidental though.
He's kicked his great friend, Sami Khedira, in the head, I believe.
German teammate. If Femi reckons that Real Madrid are going to win 3-2 tonight, whereas Darren Taylor's complaining that the Madrid players are overreacting to every tackle.
Yeah, they are.
Hashtag
of course
cheats.
they are. But that's the way they play the game, you know, and it's got them to success. Why would they change it now? There's not just one way of playing the game, you know. You don't have to agree with everything, every little thing that a team does on the field to admire the way that they win. Sore on that.
Seeing some replays of that. Over at Bayern Sevilla, no goals yet. Maybe some of you are quite surprised at that. Thought Bayern might have scored by now.
And the longer it stays like that, I think the more worried Bayern will be. Sevilla still have to score 2 goals. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
But even if Bayern score, it doesn't change anything for Sevilla. If Bayern get one, so you know they've got a free goal to take. Really, Sevilla, if they do happen to concede, it's no problem for them. Been put under a little bit of pressure now. You know, last 10 minutes of the first half, Bayern have had a lot of that ball. Those gaps could open up for some quality players like Robin, Ribery, Kimmich, those guys, Muller, Rodriguez, to create chances for the one and only Robert Lewandowski.
Sevilla have only won 3 of their last 10 matches in all competitions.
Well, they're not a great team. They're not a great team. No matter what way Jose Mourinho tries to slice it, they're not a great team.
Yeah.
Who they losing to AC Bar and people like that too.
Yeah, it's in La Liga, isn't it?
It's a good effort there. Was that Hummels?
I think so. Turning onto his left foot.
Yeah. Hummels up from the back. A corner wasn't cleared
Nice,
properly. Lovely technique on his left foot.
Curl it in. Couldn't quite get the dip on it.
Ooh, it's close.
Very
one thing,
close. Clearly fancies himself as a bit of a Robin.
Yeah, he does.
Robin do it all the time. Like, I can do this.
Robin's been doing it since he's like 9.
Just turning in on the left, and still people can't figure out what he's going to do.
Yeah.
Is he maybe this time will be the
He's
time he
gonna
goes
go
down
down the
all right?
Don't bet on it. Good ball from
great
Chris.
Ball. Isco. Good save.
Good save from the old man Buffon.
He kept his hand stiff there, so the ball ricocheted away.
Cristiano, not a great assists man these days, but he slips a lovely ball through to Isco and on his left foot from not the best angle, it would have to be said, from Isco, but he times his run beautifully.
Isco signposted that, slips in between.
And it's a
He
great
did it
save
well
from
as
Buffon.
well, yeah.
Great save from Buffon. Give the devil his due.
Yeah, you take every opportunity to criticise him when he deserves it, but that does deserve some praise.
Yeah, he's done well there.
Somewhat at fault for Ronaldo's spectacular goal last week.
And he was at fault for the Christian Eriksen stuff in the first leg as well.
Oh yeah, all the Spurs goals really.
Yeah. As Matuidi gets the ball, plays it to Chiellini, and Juventus are going to try and break.
Bayern camped now in Sevilla's half.
Yeah, that's the problem for Sevilla, is they ran out of gas.
Yeah.
And now Bayern, this is what they like to do. They take teams apart once they're wounded, once they're tired.
Bayern have every player pretty much, apart from Ulrich, in the Sevilla half. Although Sevilla trying to counter here, unsuccessfully, it must be
That's
said.
the way they like to play Bayern. You know, they would play routinely sort of 40, 45 metres from the opposition goal in any game. It doesn't matter, you know, who they're against. And that's why, I'm sorry that Man City are out in one way, and I'm sorry that Barcelona are out as well. Because there you have got 3 teams who demand the ball all the time. Whereas I think Real Madrid, Liverpool, they're the type of team that can adapt. If they're playing against a lower quality opposition, they'll take the ball and play. But they've no problem ceding the ball to the better team. Whereas those other 3 teams, Bayern, Barca, and Man City, they're going to fight for that possession.
Yeah.
And that would have been interesting stylistically to see how Bayern would have dealt with those other 2 teams.
Who are gone? One gone.
But they're gone.
They are.
Barca cancelled.
They'll both be back next year.
Pep cancelled.
They're both actually already qualified for the Champions League next year. Haven't quite won their respective leagues yet. But both
Matter of time.
imminent, yeah.
Yeah.
Man City can't win this weekend, actually.
No, they can't. They're playing Spurs away
because of the 6
on
points
Saturday, which is a difficult game, especially after the week they've had.
It could be the 4th defeat in a row for Pep Guardiola, which I can't.
Never happened before.
Yeah.
Never happened 3 before.
No. There's not been 3 before either.
No.
I thought it had been 3 once.
So
Lewandowski just offside, gets called back. He was 1-on-1 through
very
there.
difficult week for Pep. Very difficult competition for this Pep since last he won it. You know, he won it in what 2011 for the last time. He's not won it since.
Well, that was against Man United.
Yeah, in Wembley. 2009 and was it Rome that played Man U?
It was, yes.
Yeah. For the treble, which eventually became a sextuple.
With all the trophies, line them up.
But no, they just haven't been able to Pep's not been able to replicate that success. That's not to say his brand of football is out of fashion all of a sudden, because all the top teams want to play like him.
There's a mixture of bad luck. There's a mixture of... Oh, has he scored again?
It's 2-0!
Oh my God.
Mandzukic! Juve, the remontada is on! Mario Mandzukic left out of the team in the first leg. He was not happy about that.
Oh. Incredible stuff.
Real Madrid 0, Juventus 2.
Real Madrid fans are stunned. We're seeing pictures.
They're going to have their little white hankies out any minute now.
Whistling away. But again, down the right hand side, again feeding out to the
Lichtsteiner, Marcelo not close enough. Great ball to the back post.
Mandzukic.
And Carvajal has been beaten to the ball by Mandzukic.
He didn't even really get challenged.
It's a lovely, lovely goal.
Oh, it's a beautiful placement on that header.
Great header.
Navas couldn't get to it in time. Really
And
good
all
placement.
you Real Madrid fans who spent all day lolling at Barcelona.
How'd you like them apples? Did you today?
Apples. I wasn't going to mention it because Dave mentioned it last night. I shouldn't talk about apples so much.
You do mention it every show.
I do mention it every show.
So I thought I'd get in there for you.
Real Madrid fans.
This is going horribly wrong at the moment.
Do you like apples?
They're going to want half time to come here.
Oh, definitely, yeah. They're in trouble.
Certainly Zidane won't half time to come.
Yeah,
They've had some good chances. It's not like Juventus. Juventus have basically just taken 2 of their big 3 chances. Real Madrid have missed. Or well, one was ruled out for offside when it shouldn't have been.
That was the Isco one.
Yeah, and Isco should probably have scored another one.
They've had chances, yeah. So they haven't been dominated, but Juventus, once they've had their chances, have been ruthless in exploiting them. And now, they had 3 clear away goals. And, all but one of them has been wiped out. You would have to say that Juventus are in the ascendancy here.
Yeah. And Bernardo fluffs a bit of a shot there from about 15 yards out.
What glorious revenge this would be for Juve.
It was.
After losing the final in such humiliating circumstances last year.
To have 2 Italian teams in the semi-finals, that would be quite something. Been a while since we've had that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's been a while.
Right back to the 90s.
What, 2 Italian teams in the semis?
Well, there must have been one in the 2000s. No.
Oh, they've got Robin away. He's in down the left.
He's
Classic Robin.
There's it. Onto his left foot. Over the bar. Hummels is better at that.
It's poor from Robin.
Hummels on the right flank. He can do it instead of him.
Great play from Mario Mandzukic. Great play. And the former Atletico Madrid striker is absolutely trolling the Bernabeu. He'd be loving that. And the former Champions League winner with Bayern, don't forget. He's got great quality in this competition. And now, just one more goal needed for Juventus to erase the advantage and put themselves back on an even playing field with Juventus. With Real Madrid.
Which would be incredible. 4 goals in 6 matches we've just seen there in the Champions League. For Mandzukic.
Very consistent performer.
For someone who isn't the first name on the team sheet. He when he does play for him...
Probably wouldn't be playing tonight if Dybala was...
Oh, no, definitely wouldn't be playing, no. Certainly not starting, anyway.
No.
And we're seeing Bayern ploughing the players forwards here, the attackers. Again with Robin on the right flank. And, oh, great
What
touch.
a ball that was from Thomas Muller. Right to the back post, and Ribery just before the tap came in. Jesus Navas, yeah.
Yeah, it was Navas. Slid in.
Jesus Navas put the ball away, out of play for a goal kick, for a corner kick.
Yeah. Great interception. That would have definitely been a goal. Sevilla clinging on a little bit with 5 minutes to go until half time. What do you reckon, guys? Do you reckon that Juventus can do this? Do you think they can complete another remontada? With Barcelona knocked out last night in shocking style, we're looking at a potential massive upset here.
Definitely, yeah.
Santiago Bernabeu.
Hankies are going to come out from these Real Madrid supporters any minute. And the selection of Gareth Bale not really paid off so far.
No. He's not really... He's had that back heel chance early on.
It was a good chance, yeah.
But couldn't turn that around.
But I just think it's strange that, you pick Benzema as your most important striker and then you drop him for... Well...
You rest him. Well, I don't even know. Is it resting? What are they resting him for? I mean, this is all they've got. You'd think you just play his strongest lineup.
Cristiano's is beginning to become a hot little potato out there.
He loves stressing out a little bit when this.
He's having a little tantrum.
I think that's fair. Yeah. Just needs to get in at half time, have a few words.
He needs to calm himself down.
Zidane can let him do the team talk. They're just not looking quite
They're not themselves tonight, Real Madrid. Which is so strange in this competition. You know, we've bigged them up all season long in this competition, saying, "Oh, the Champions League is their home." You know, once they hear that music, they're a different team. Overcame PSG when one was in great form and one was in terrible form. And look at them. Look at them.
Poor cross there. 3 minutes to go until half time now. Let us know your predictions. If you think that Juventus can do this, you think Real Madrid can cling on.
How long has it been since there's been no Spanish team in the Champions League semi-final?
It's a stat for us to dig out half time.
Yeah, we'll dig that one out, yeah.
Probably at least a decade, because there's always been Barcelona or Real Madrid. Certainly, this will be the 8th semi-final in a row that Real Madrid.
Who was in it? Remember when England had 3 teams in the semi? Was it Barcelona that was the other team? When Liverpool played Chelsea and Man United played AC Milan.
We'll have to dig it out.
Yeah, so it's probably since 2007.
Right, so a decade, yeah.
Yeah. And it's been the decade of dominance for Spanish football.
It has. They've been in the
international tournaments and club tournaments as well.
It's hard to even say like this is to be the turning point, because they've still got 2 of the best teams in the world in Barcelona and Real Madrid. They have a really strong Atletico Madrid side who you might argue are favourites for the Europa League.
Yeah, and again, consistency has just been the issue with Atletico.
And Sevilla here, obviously, in the quarterfinals from Spain. But at the moment, they're going out. I mean, they could score twice. They did it at Old Trafford.
Sevilla going out, and Juventus, don't forget, Juventus are still going out as far as things stand.
They're still losing 3-2 on aggregate.
Well, you would never tell, from the way that this game is being played, you would never tell that Juventus is the team going out. It's Real Madrid have got everybody bar Cristiano Ronaldo behind the ball. The Bernabeu is booing, they're not happy that their team is not on the ball. Juventus are camped out in the Real Madrid half, and they're very much playing like the whole team, the home team, and playing like they're the ones who should be in the ascendancy.
Real Madrid 13-2 to win tonight's game. Now, a draw is 4-1. I think Real Madrid can score twice.
How are they only 13-2?
To win.
They're 2-0 down.
I guess there's a lot of people who bet on Real Madrid to win tonight, so they have to back
That's
it.
crazy.
Juventus are 3-10 on now to win tonight, which you would say at this point is looking pretty favourable. But we have seen some crazy halves of football recently. I mean, I would never have said at the half-time of that Man City-Man United game that Man United would come back into it after a really atrocious half of football.
Yeah, you would never have said... I mean, Roma didn't play badly in the first half last night, but even so, you never said at half-time they're going to go through. It would have taken a madman to tell you that.
And even last night with Man City, Liverpool.
Cristiano takes another little dive in the box.
Nice try,
That is hilarious, Chris. What are you doing, man? Get up.
He's really annoyed about that.
He couldn't beat his man. Benatia telegraphed the manoeuvre as Cristiano on his lovely lineless forehead tried to go down the outside.
No success.
Yeah.
No dice.
It'd be nice to be 33 and have no lines on your forehead. How does he do it? Must be a very stress-free lifestyle living in Madrid.
I think so, yeah. Well, just turns up a training in the morning, chills out in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Maybe does some commercial stuff. Instagram posts.
It's his Japanese smile improver.
Yeah. Do you ever see that thing he has on your stomach? I have no idea what that's called.
His ab master thing. I don't know what it's called. Yeah.
It's a good name for it. Yeah. I can just hear the music in my head on that advert.
Oh, it looks like Rafinha's in a bit of trouble with his shoulder.
Shoulder maybe dislocated or something.
Yeah, he can't move his arm off the ground there. That's the Bayern fullback. It looks nasty. He may have had a bad landing. Let's have a look.
See the replay here. Our focus. Oh, tell you what, that was a
Martinez gives the ball straight to.
Oh, is that how he fell? No, it was there, wasn't it? The slide. Yeah, he realised once he tried to put some weight on it.
It was a lovely little ball. Though.
Oh, so his
dragged it out. Could be the ligaments there. Yeah.
That's nasty.
So Vasquez picks the pocket of Javi Martinez. A really inattentive manoeuvre. Oh, it looks like a broken arm maybe for Rafinha. What a tackle that is, by the way.
Really grim ligament. I think he's gonna have a fair few minutes of injury time, I think, as he gets some treatment. As
Dr. Hans Wilhelm Müller-Wolfhardt makes his way onto the field, who's been the German team doctor since like 1974 or something. And he's been at Bayern all that time as well, other than that time where he fell out for a little while with Pep Guardiola. But once Pep left, he came back in. But he's on the field there now with his luscious flowing locks. Similarly lineless in the forehead as Cristiano is. Müller-Wolfhardt.
Maybe they got the same...
Botox.
Yeah, doctor. Yeah. Same. I don't know what kind of doctor that is.
I mean, you look at Wolfhardt. I mean, he's about 77 now.
No lines.
He is.
It's incredible.
He's incredible looking.
Maybe he just eats a really healthy diet. He's a doctor, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got all those vitamins.
Yeah.
Little bit of a late chance here.
You know, we talk about Goths on the show. Like, he is quite Goth looking.
He is.
Senior Goth.
Yeah, Goths when they get old.
Oh,
it's
it's
the
at
bar!
the crossbar! Varane!
Hit the woodwork. Real Madrid with a very close chance there.
And that
to
could
get
have
a goal
been,
back.
Yeah. That could have been a serious dagger to the hopes of Juventus, but they survived by the width of the crossbar.
30 seconds left when for Real Madrid to try and sneak a goal. Still putting a lot of pressure on at the Bernabeu on the Juventus defence. Although they're trying to break free now. Not long left now, guys.
Just about 10 seconds left in this half. Well, that's the end of that half for sure. And the Bayern Sevilla game should be closing out any minute now as well.
We've had a little bit of injury time because of that Rafinha injury. And Bayern probably have one last attack here, I think it's fair to say. You'd imagine the whistle's going to blow here.
Good ball from Ribery. Oh, telegraphed again. Half-time whistle is gone in Santiago Bernabeu.
Mandzukic with 2 goals. 2 great goals.
Yeah.
Really good headers. Accurate, clinical headers. And Real Madrid have been...
And it means, look, there's still Real Madrid are still 2 goals from going out. I mean, they're still quite comfortable. They just need to relax, calm down, take stock of the situation in the dressing room, and make sure that they get that goal that will just put them maybe, at this stage, maybe just a tiny little fraction too far out of sight for Juventus to have the hope.
Sevilla with an attack here, and can they get a shot away? Maybe get a goal? No.
That's it. That's going to be half-time in Munich.
Yep, I think that's it. We've got another little tweak of an injury for Lewandowski.
As the half-time whistle blows.
Is he blowing it? We're waiting. It's coming imminently.
Anyway.
Let's call it there.
Let's call it there.
We'll be back in around 10 minutes to bring you another quiz. We're going to kick off with a second quiz that we've got prepared. And then we'll have the second half action between Real Madrid Juventus and Sevilla Bayern Munich. Please come back. We've got a really decisive half of football.
Definitely,
where Juventus could potentially...
Season-defining football.
Yeah, Juventus could really upset Real Madrid. So please, join us in 10 minutes. We'll see you soon.